Today, let's return to one of the most fascinating business topics. Why is it that only a few people become truly successful and wealthy, while most others struggle and fail? Surely they have their own secrets. Through the following three business stories, I hope you'll draw valuable lessons that may help spark your own ideas for success. Lesson 1. Selling a fish head for 20 cents, when the whole fish costs only 5. The story goes that a young man and a Jewish merchant were traveling together on a train. The young man, having heard about the wisdom of Jewish people in business, asked, "Why are Jewish people so clever in trade? What's your secret?" The Jewish man immediately replied, "Because we eat fish heads. It makes us smart." Curious, the young man asked, "Really? Where can I find a fish head?" Coincidentally, the Jewish man said, "What luck! I just happen to have one with me." He took out a small box containing a fish, placed it on the table, and said, "I'll sell you the head, for just 20 cents. The young man paid the 20 cents and started eating the fish head. After a while, he frowned and exclaimed, "Wait a second, why did I pay you 20 cents for a fish head when the entire fish costs only 5? The Jewish man smiled calmly and said, "You see, the fish head is already making you smarter." The young man was speechless, but he had just learned a profound lesson about smart selling. Lesson learned: what you sell is not as important as what value you attach to it. Most people make the mistake of focusing on features rather than benefits. Always highlight the benefits your product or service brings to the customer. That's where the true power of selling lies. Lesson 2. The torn shirt worth $200. This true story is about a poor boy who once sold a torn old shirt for $200. A story everyone who wants to escape poverty should learn from. When Michael Jordan was 13 years old, his family lived in a poor neighborhood. His father's modest income barely covered the family's basic needs. One day, Michael's father handed him an old shirt and asked, "How much do you think this shirt is worth?" "About $1, the boy replied. The father then asked, "Can you sell it for $2? Michael was surprised. Who would buy this old thing for $2? His father smiled and said gently, "Why not give it a try? You never know. Our family could use the money." Encouraged by his father's words, Michael carefully washed and ironed the shirt. The next day, he went to a crowded subway station and shouted all afternoon until he finally sold it for $2. Thrilled, he ran home and handed the money to his father. Over the next few days, he kept finding old shirts, washing and reselling them. After some time, his father gave him another shirt and asked, "Do you think you can sell this one for $20? Michael was stunned. "That's impossible. It's just an old shirt." His father looked at him and said, "There's always a way, if you think creatively." This time, Michael had an idea. He painted cartoon characters, Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse, on the shirt. Then he went to a rich school where the wealthy kids studied. There, a servant bought the shirt for his young master, who loved it so much that he gave Michael $25. His father was very proud. Then he handed him another old shirt and asked, "Can you sell this one for $200? Michael didn't hesitate this time. 2 months later, actress Farrah Fawcett, the star of Charlie's Angels, visited their city. Michael waited for her outside a press conference, asked her to autograph the shirt, and she kindly agreed. Soon after, he auctioned the signed shirt. It sold for $1,200. That night, Michael's father hugged him and said, "Do you see, my son? Even an old shirt worth $1 can be turned into something priceless if you use your mind. Never lose faith in yourself. We may be poor, but we can always increase our value." From that day on, Michael Jordan lived with unshakable belief and optimism. 20 years later, that same boy became a billionaire. The legendary basketball player Michael Jordan, voted the greatest athlete of the 20th century by ESPN. Lesson learned: no matter who you are or how hard life gets, Never lose your sense of value. Use your creativity. That's how you turn thought into wealth. Lesson 3. The Art of Selling at Cost. Shinmura Orologio was a Japanese entrepreneur who started out selling ropes. He bought ropes from a factory for 0.5 yen per unit and sold them for exactly the same price, earning no profit. Within 15 days, everyone knew about the man who sold ropes without profit. Soon, word spread far and wide. Then, he personally visited all the local merchants who bought his ropes and said, "I've been selling to you without earning a single cent. If I continue like this, I'll go bankrupt." The merchants, touched by his honesty, decided to increase the price they paid to 0.55 yen per rope. Next, Shinmura went back to the factory and said, "I've been selling your ropes without profit. At this rate, I'll go broke." The factory owner was moved by his sincerity and reduced the price to 0.45 yen per rope. As a result, Shinmura suddenly earned a profit of 0.10 yen per rope, selling millions of them, and within 2 years, he became a millionaire. This became known in Japan as the Orologio Principle, the art of selling at cost. Lesson learned. What made Shinmura successful was not luck, but a unique combination of courage, strategy, and persistence. By leveraging large volumes, he achieved a lower cost per unit while appearing selfless and genuine. A brilliant business move still used by major corporations today. Final reflection. So, which of these 3 business lessons resonates with you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And remember, every great business starts with a smart way of thinking. See you in the next video.